Aartappels SA het 'n bewusmakingsveldtog oor die veerkragtigheid van die bedryf en spesifiek die rolspelers in die bedryf van stapel gestuur. Willie het onlangs vir Plaas TV perspektief hieroor gegee, so bly ingeskakel vir die insetsel. Dan het Steven Barnard van die Farmer Kids Garden of Life Project 'n paar wenke oor die oprig van 'n groentetuin in 'n motorband, agter in jou erf of net waar jy wil. Ons skakel wel nou eers oor na Lise Roberts vir die jongste landbounuus.
Welcome to the news. The highly pathogenic avian influenza has been confirmed at a broiler breeder farm in Worcester, the Western Cape. According to the Western Cape Department of Agriculture, the affected farm has been placed under quarantine. The process of humanely culling the affected chickens is underway. The Western Cape government has urged both the public and the agricultural sector to curb the spread of this disease. And according to Kaap Agri's interim results, the group's revenue grew by 15.6% to 5.7 billion rand. This was driven by an 8.6% increase in the number of transactions. This represents an exceptional growth performance during the 6 months to March 2021, as measured against the corresponding period in 2020. Recurring headline earnings grew by 25%. Additionally, recurring headline earnings per share grew by 23.3% to 305.34 cents. An interim dividend of 40 cents per share has been declared for the period under review. And the National Crop Estimates Committee revised its final winter crop production figures. The size of the commercial wheat crop has now been set at 2,120,000 tonnes. This is almost 11,000 tonnes more than the final crop estimate. For malting barley, the recalculated crop size is 588,000 tonnes. This is 1,846 tonnes or 0.31% less than the final crop estimate figures of 589,846 tonnes. The final recalculated canola crop is 165,200 tonnes. This is lower than the final crop estimate of 166,956 tonnes. And that's today's news, but stay with us.
Netafim. Grow more with less.
Dis nie net die plaaslike regering wat the State of the Nations address het nie, maar ook die plaaslike aartappelbedryf. Hulle het Plaas TV uitgenooi hier buite Woodhill in Pretoria te kom kuier om meer uit te vind oor the State of the Potato Industry Address. Kom saam met my en ons hoor waaroor gaan dit. Willie, wat was die doel van vandag?
Want weet jy, ek dink die belangrikste doel van vandag is om gemeenskap te skep, om mense te laat verstaan dat kopers nie aartappels in 'n winkel kry nie. Dit kom van 'n plaas af, dat hulle kan verstaan wat is al die interaksies wat nodig is vir mense om kos op die tafel te kry. En ek dink dat ons net 'n bietjie saam vorentoe beweeg om na 'n bedryf te kyk en na 'n voedselsoort te kyk en te sê, luister, daar's waarde in, meer is net dit wat ons eet.
Wie is jou ons? Wie wil jy hê moet saamloop?
Ek is 'n verbruiker van 'n produk. Ons as publiek, die algemene publiek wat op hierdie stadium dalk miskien 'n bietjie verwyderd is van waar die oorsprong van landbouprodukte af aankom. Dis die nasie wat ek wil hê om saam met ons te staan in die proses.
Nou om dit moontlik te maak, het julle seker 'n paar planne in plek. Kan jy dalk een of twee goed met ons deel?
Ja, weet jy, hierdie is ons grootste plan. Ek dink die hele gedagte daaraan om skakeling te kry op verskillende plekke. Ons het 'n verskriklike goeie bemarkingsoefening aan die gang op ons webwerf en binne in interaksies wat ons het met die eetkundiges, met mense wat werklik waar belangstelling kos om die produk net 'n bietjie meer beskikbaar te stel en die gebruik daarvan ook 'n bietjie meer sinvol te maak. Ek dink nog steeds nie ons het die einde van al die aartappelresepte gekry wat ons kan nie. En ek dink hoe meer bruikbaar dit is, hoe meer bekend dit is, hoe meer deel van die normale daaglikse gedagte is, dit sal ons definitief die produk kan beter betrek in die huishoudelike verbruik.
En wat beteken dit op die ou end vir die produsent?
Dit beteken standvastigheid vir die produsent. Ons sit in 'n bedryf waar as daar te veel wisselvalligheid is, kan jy glad nie 'n teiken vir jouself kry om wins te produseer in boerdery nie. In boerdery het jy standvastigheid nodig. As ons 'n standvastige vraag produk het, ons weet hoeveel die mark nodig het, kan ons produce. Ons kan produk op die rak sit. Ek het nou die dag 'n interessante opmerking gehoor wat 'n produsent gehad het. Sê man, luister, as julle wil hê ons moet vir julle 1 miljoen ton meer produseer, sê ons net, dan doen ons dit. Jy weet, so ek dink ons het nog nie op die punt gekom wat ons regtig weet hoeveel aartappels Suid-Afrika kan gebruik as mense regtig verstaan wat die waarde van die produk is.
Ja, dis die doel van vandag en ek het gesels met Willie Jacobs.
Goeiemôre kykers. Verlede week het dit baie goed gegaan met landboukommoditeite op die termynmark. Veral die pryse van wit en geel mielies wat onderskeidelik 10.1 en 10.3% op is wat die kolle gesteel het. Hierdie drastiese stygings in pryse is as gevolg van hoër internasionale pryse met mieliepryse in Amerika wat nuwe rekordvlakke bereik het as gevolg van ongunstige weerstoestande in die westerse lande. Koringpryse het ook gestyg vir lewering in Julie met 2.9%, terwyl sonneblom en sojaboonpryse onderskeidelik 1.6 en 5.8% hoër was. Die oliepryse het verlede week met 0.7% gedaal week op week, terwyl die rand goed gedoen het teenoor die vernaamste geldeenhede, 1.1% sterker teenoor die dollar, die pond, sowel as die euro.
NutriFeeds, die formule vir sukses.
Welcome to the Garden of Life. It's not in a farm. It's in Pretoria behind a beautiful home. And today we're going to find out more about the Garden of Life. Well, that says it all, but let's hear. Next to me I've got the founder, member, which is Steven Barnard, and Pastor Penuel Mahlangu. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steven, who's Steven Barnard?
Well, my background is actually in the military. I spent my young years as a soldier, first as officer training, and then I was with 32 Battalion, and then I was at Eastern Province Command, where I specialized in counter-revolutionary warfare. But what is very important about that is in the time I spent at 32 Battalion, I saw the devastation which the Civil War had caused, and I saw the young children and people dying because they didn't have food, malnutrition, and had a lasting impression on me. And when I left the military in 1990, one of the things I decided to do is how can I make a difference? And I've been involved in socio-economic development since then, community development programs, but over the last 12 years I've been specifically involved with the Garden of Life.
So what's the purpose? What do you want to see at the end of the day?
This country should not have hunger and poverty. There is no reason why every South African shouldn't have a meal on their table every day. The problem is the way we think. And we've been taught to think that someone else must do something for us. Now what we do with Garden of Life is we change that perspective and we say that everybody has the capability of creating a garden. It's a biblical thing. God gave us the garden. And the problem is that we've been taught you can't. Now we go in with the specific accent on you can. And where we take materials that are available in the township or in the villages, tires, old Coke bottles, manure, And we teach the people how to use that to build their own gardens and to become self-sustainable, to eventually start their own micro businesses.
So where are you? Where are you involved? Give us a few examples.
We operate from the Eastern Transvaal or Mpumalanga as far as Botswana. We did 75 projects. I've trained people as far as Uganda. So all over Southern Africa. I've just been invited to go to Namibia, and we're busy talking to a company from Nigeria. So wherever there are people, that's where Garden of Life has to be. And the joy of COVID, if I can say, the joy is it forced us to take a new approach. And what we've now done is we started with online training with the Farmer Kids program, and we've created 21 training programs already where people can learn how to grow their own vegetables.
So you're involved in communities and schools, etc., churches?
Our specific focus is to say, in a community, how do we take a hub? Now, in this case, Pastor Mslangu is our hub in Mamelodi, and then you use that as the basis to train other people in the community. And that is what we do.
Stephen, now to be able to plant, you have to have knowledge. Where did you gain that knowledge?
Well, I'm a networker, so I have networked with farmers, I have networked with community members, and then there's my favorite lady is Auntie Google. If I don't know something, I go and find it out, I research it until I find a solution.
Well, thank you, Stephen. Stephen mentioned his hub in Mamelodi, and we're going to talk to Pastor Mhlangu shortly.
Burback, shaping the future of animal health.
Penuel, where did you meet Stephen? Tell us your story.
All right, it's a beautiful story. I've been working in Mamelodi since I was in high school, helping the communities there, seeing the need, and felt that I can do something, you know. So, but as we continue to help communities, we realize that the charity work that we do doesn't really help. It just makes people to say, look, Penuel's coming to give us food, let us sit down, and you know. So we started looking for something that the people can do and help themselves. So I had an invitation of training from my friend. My friend said to me, look, I know you do this. There's a training in Lanewood, just go and see. And I said, look, I think it's a beautiful thing. I went there and attended a training, and I met Stephen. That was the first time I met Stephen. I think that's 3 years back. Then I attended the training. I loved the training. I went back home and had my own trial for a year, and it worked.
Right. And how open is the community for something like this?
Oh, I think they are open, they are happy for it. Very much happy, because when we tested it, some people said, look, we also want to do it. We want to do it because few homes have tried it and it worked for them. The spinach, we harvested that for the whole year. Yeah.
Can you share a success story with us?
All right.
Just one.
Just one.
I can see you've got many.
Oh, yes. I think the most beautiful one, it's the recent training that we had. The Stephen Garden of Life came in Mamelodi and they trained more than 200 young people. And we also did a training for mixed ages and it went well. At my father's house, my mom was there at the training, and now when I get home, there's tires with spinach there. And for me, that's a beautiful story, you know, where you see people having not have to buy these things, but simply plant it from the beginning, you know. When I get home, I get these egg trays, they have seeds in there, people are doing it. So I've visited few people, they are doing it, even the kids. So I think it's a success story to see people being able to do this
And
for themselves.
do you see that the purpose of the whole project has been reached?
Yes, yes.
People are not hungry
Yes.
as they were.
People are not hungry, and I think more and more people will come to realize, and because it's not only eating for selves, but you can also do business with that. So I think it is reached in just a week or two. I think many people in our area have started planting, and
And they've got food to eat.
they've got food.
Right, thank you.
Yes.
Well, that was just a brief explanation from Steven Barnard and Pastor Mhlangu. But in our next episode, we're going to show you how to do it.
Hiermee bring vir die opkomende veilings waarna julle kan uitsien. En op die 20ste Mei hou die Qualitrio Bonsmaras hulle 21ste produksieveiling op die plaas Vlakvlei in Viljoenskroon. Die aanbod op die veiling sluit in 35 SP bulle en 200 vroulike diere. En die veiling word aangebied deur Vleis Sentraal. Dan op die 25ste Mei hou die Poggenpoel Molopo Bonsmaras hulle 16de produksieveiling by die Stella Veilingskompleks in Noordwes. En die veiling word aangebied deur Noord-Kaap Lewende Hawe. En dit is al van my kant vir die week. Tot volgende week. Totsiens.